To be a Steeler is to consider others before you consider yourself. To protect your brother, even from himself. To give support at your own expense. And when wearing the black and gold suit of armor, make sure nobody desecrates it, disrespects it. Most importantly, we ourselves don't dishonor it. Approval from previous legends who have donned the black and gold. These virtues I learned while playing for the Steelers are what make the legacy of the black and gold timeless. They are passed down in the locker room from the steel curtain to anyone who valiantly wears the black and gold. Creating a brotherhood that is deeper than money, business, and winning. To be a Steeler is to consider others before you consider yourself. This is our culture, Steeler culture.
Now, here are your hosts, Rob and Dan, the Steel Twins.
I just want you guys to know right now, man, I'm not happy. I'm not happy at all. I'm not happy at all right now. What's going on, guys? Steel Twins coming at you with an impromptu and I suppose an emergency live stream for Yins right here as it pertains to the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Buffalo Bills wild card matchup that was scheduled to take place tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time in Buffalo, New York. But that's not going to happen tomorrow. No, we got to wait a whole nother fucking day for Steelers football. Swear jar. Yeah, we refilled. You know, I think we may actually use, what, $10 at least? Yeah, maybe today. At least you, because I know you're more frustrated. A little bit. Than I am. No. I'm on the more understanding kind of boat, although I understand both sides, because a lot of people aren't happy about this news. No, because the main reason for the postponement is due to a travel ban. That is the main cause why this game has been postponed from tomorrow at 1 p.m. to Monday in Buffalo at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah. The main reason for that is due to a travel ban. So I understand the travel ban reason. They're going to get a lot of snow. It's going to be terrible weather, inclement weather over there in Buffalo, in the New York area, all around the whole East Coast, as a matter of fact. Yeah, but we're going through a winter weather alert, winter storm over here. But especially Erie County down in New York, near the Buffalo area, the Orchard Park area where Buffalo Stadium is. Right. There's a lot of snowfall that's supposed to be happening, if not already, definitely without a doubt tomorrow morning and night. Supposed to be getting, what, nearly 2 to 3 feet of snow throughout the weekend down in Buffalo? Yes. You know, harsh winds up to, what, 45, 50, maybe even higher miles per hour winds. Right. So the governor of New York, whatever, Kathy Hochul. I don't know, whoever she is. Who decided to give us a jab at us. A jab, yes. Stay home, watch the game. It's going to be a rough game. Just last night. But 24 hours later, not even, she wants to postpone the game until the next day. Even though the The weather during the game itself will have no change. The only change there will be is it will be less wind. It will be less windy. That's it. The weather during the game will be no different except the wind, which will definitely open up Buffalo's passing game, which is where my frustrations come in, because I understand the travel ban reason. You want to make it safe for the players' travel. You want to make it safe for the fans' travel. You want to make it safe for the entire state area's travel. I understand it, okay? I drove in the snow last week in a package car. It's not fun. It's incredibly unsafe. I was sliding all over the place.
Yeah.
I damn near crashed several times. I know the fear. I know the dangers of driving in the snow. So I understand the travel ban reason. But I'm not buying that it's just a travel ban reason. There's a lot more into it. There's a lot more politics into it. That's why I'm frustrated. That's why I'm feeling a little upset right now. Because Buffalo has gone through this type of weather. They go through this every year, all the time. In fact, they are no stranger to snowy football weather. Classic football weather is why I like to call it playoff football weather, as a matter of fact. So they're no stranger to that. So I'm not saying that the game weather is the reason for the postponement. It's more so the travel ban reason. That's why.
It's safety reasons, safety precautions for everybody involved.
I get it. I understand that entirely. Okay, but the Steelers still have to travel tomorrow while there's still a storm.
While the blizzard is happening.
So how is it a travel ban, but the Steelers still have to fly to Buffalo in terrible weather with 2 feet on the ground?
Yeah.
That's what doesn't add up. So the Steelers, staff, players, everything are still going to be in danger about flying there while the entire state has a travel ban for the weekend.
Yeah, because there's supposed to be a travel ban tonight in Erie County, according to the New York governor, around 9 p.m. tonight in New York. But when exactly does that travel ban expire? When is the travel ban exactly done? Tomorrow afternoon, when the Steelers are supposed to be in the air on their way to Buffalo for the game?
It'll go throughout the entire weekend. That's what I would imagine.
But again, you stated Steelers still got to travel there.
Yes, they got to fly there tomorrow. They're flying tomorrow there around this time tomorrow.
So if the ban is tonight, and if it's supposed to take place throughout the weekend because of the weather, but the Steelers got to travel tomorrow afternoon to get to Buffalo for the game, when exactly does the travel ban end?
I don't know.
You know, that's an interesting question I got to ask.
Well, another thing I got to ask is Buffalo, the governor of New York, the entire NFL knew about this danger all week. They knew about this weather all week. They could have delayed it any time. Instead, they want to delay it 24 hours from the game. They want to delay it 1 day before the game. They had all week to do this. As a matter of fact, this game doesn't have to play in Buffalo. It doesn't. They could have went elsewhere.
Now, there were rumors throughout the week that depending on how bad the weather was going to get in Buffalo, that the Steelers and Bills game could have been moved to Cleveland for the playoff game, for the game to still go on as scheduled, so the weather ain't as harsh. There wouldn't be any snow involved.
In case of this, shouldn't the NFL have safety backup plans for in emergencies like this?
I mean, you think they would. I mean, this ain't the first time that they've had to. They've had to move a game away from its scheduled original location.
They can't play it anywhere else in any other stadium, in a dome maybe. They can't place it anywhere else. They can't move it elsewhere. They got to postpone it. And again, I understand the travel ban reason, but I think there's a lot of politics that are involved in the reason for this being postponed. Because obviously for this game, the weather in this game, for the Bills versus Steelers game, man, is harsh weather. At the top, you see Buffalo's weather for Sunday.
Yeah.
And Rob, would you please read that?
For tomorrow?
Yeah, for Sunday.
Yeah, right there. Windy for tomorrow morning. Windy, snow during the morning will tamper to a few snow showers during the afternoon. High 27 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds up to 25 to 35 miles per hour. Chance of snow 80%. 1 to 3 inches of snow expected. Heavier amounts of persistent snow bands. And that goes on throughout the night, Sunday night, with intermittent snow showers. Gusty winds early. Low near 15 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds up to 20 to 30 miles per hour. Chance of snow 60%,
Snow accumulating 1 to 3 inches, heavier amounts of persistent snowboards. So it's going to be snowing pretty much nonstop. At least that's what it sounds like right here tomorrow.
And if you look at Monday's right below it, again, this is Buffalo's weather for Sunday and Monday. Monday's no different. They're still getting similar degrees. They're getting, in fact, lower degrees, similar amounts of snowfall, just less wind.
Yeah, you see right there, only 15 to 25 mile per hour wind rates.
And it will slow down to 10 to 20 miles per hour.
Come nighttime, yes.
That makes all the difference in the world. And I'm going to put my tinfoil cap on, but that makes all the difference in the world. And that gives me another reason why this game was postponed. Because obviously, if this game was still playing on Sunday, then the Bills, although it's in their stadium, their weather, they know exactly what to expect. They know how to play in that type of football. And the Steelers are no stranger to that as well. But that would entirely eliminate the Buffalo Bills passing game. That would entirely eliminate Josh Allen's strong arm. And now, similar weather, just less wind, will now open the ability for Buffalo, for Josh Allen, to sling the football. It will now open their passing attack, which will give them a little bit more of an advantage than it would on Sunday. Now, the game plan remains the same for the Steelers. You ground and pound, you kill the clock, you keep time of possession, you keep points on the board. The game plan doesn't change.
Yeah, you keep Buffalo off that field.
But now Buffalo has a little bit of advantage because they will be able to use the passing game outside of what was going to happen on Sunday if the game was still as scheduled. So that gives me a reason. That gives me a reason to think that yes, that has something to do with the postponement of this game. Not just a travel ban reason from the New York governor, but this as well, because the NFL, man, the sports in general is all about pushing certain agendas. It doesn't matter. They like to push their teams. They like to push certain stories. They like to push certain players for ratings, for money grabs, for whatever. I mean, you already look, man, they fucked the Lions out just so that they can get Matt Stafford versus former team tomorrow night. And now it's very possible with Josh Allen being able to use his arm on Monday versus Steelers that they have a little bit more of an advantage in that area, and that could lead to potentially us losing, as well as the Dolphins losing tonight versus the Kansas City Chiefs, and the Browns could win today, which would lead to Joe Flacco versus his former team, the Ravens, next week. It's a fucking soap opera.
Yeah.
The NFL is all about pushing stories or certain agendas for ratings or for money grabs. So this gives me a reason to think that this has something to do with the postponement as well. Not just a travel ban. But it also goes to show that if our game is banned, if our game is postponed, why isn't Kansas City and Miami postponed? They're in damn near fucking ice bowl conditions.
Yeah, there's supposed to be negative. The weather over there in Kansas City tonight is supposed to be around -5 degrees, with the real field, the peak supposed to be hitting damn near -30 degrees over there, with the wind gusts and the wind.
So they have what will probably be a top 5 coldest game in NFL history, but that game's not postponed. But our game is, because
well, let's be fair here. There's no snow happening in Kansas City.
I understand.
There's no travel ban and there's no snow. The only thing about it is it's going to be freezing cold.
I understand, but I'm looking at it from a football weather aspect. It's football weather.
Yes, it is.
They play no matter what the conditions are, unless it's a hurricane, unless it's a tornado, unless it's something of a natural disaster, right? And snow is a natural casualty. I mean, people have unfortunately passed from it. And that's probably one of Buffalo's main reasons for postponing this, because last year they had several fatalities last year because of the blizzard. So again, I understand the travel ban reason, but I don't think it's just a travel ban reason, because the NFL could have easily pushed this anywhere else, any time of the week, and they didn't. And they didn't.
They wait till the day before the game, 24 hours before the game. Although the governor of New York did a state of an emergency, I guess, conference just last night, where she made a jab to Steelers fans saying, I think it's best if you guys just stay home and don't travel. It's not worth it.
Right.
Could she not have decided and communicated with the NFL even further ahead, much earlier, and made the announcement that the game should have been postponed last night, but instead wakes up and thinks, you know what, I think we should postpone it.
Right.
One day before
It's
the
just
game.
the timing is weird. Like, they had all week to do this, and now they elect to do it right the day before the game.
And it's kind of upsetting to some of the people, like Bills fans or Steelers fans, that were anticipating traveling to this game. You know, they got to wait another day. Or who's to say that they already went to Buffalo, now they got to wait an extra day.
They're stuck in there.
As well as some Steelers beat writers that already traveled to Buffalo.
Or media in general.
Yeah, that traveled to that
Media
game.
in general, all over this game.
Now they
Fans,
got to wait.
media alike, they're all there for an extra day, stuck in this terrible condition. You know, it's just
You got to think that they're
inconvenient.
you got to think they're frustrated about this just as much.
Right.
Just to be prepared and excited, you know, even with the weather coming, the blizzard coming, you know, pumped and ready for this game, to enjoy the game, only for them to have to wait an extra day.
Right.
I mean, if I were to be going to Buffalo for this game, and then I'm already in Buffalo dealing with this weather, and then I get the news that we got to wait an extra day, that is postponed to Monday, I'd probably be frustrated too. But I do understand the reason being of the safety precautions. I get it.
Right.
I 100% get it. I'm not upset about that. I'm upset.
No, I'm not upset at all.
I'm upset that
they're
they-
putting people's lives first. Okay, I'm not upset at all about that. I understand that entirely.
I'm upset that they waited the day before the game when
They
they
didn't have a backup plan.
They had all week to prepare for this. Everybody in Buffalo knew that the blizzard was coming. The amount of snow and the wind and the blizzard, the weather, everything about the weather, everything about the blizzard. Like they knew it was coming. They should have been well prepared, and they weren't.
Yeah.
They didn't have a backup plan,
No, they didn't.
and they waited till the day before the game to postpone it instead of doing it last night when the governor was doing a conference.
But like you mentioned earlier, man, when is this travel ban going to end? Because it's going to snow throughout the entire holiday weekend, throughout all the whole weekend in Buffalo. It's going to snow tonight. It's going to snow while the Steelers are traveling there tomorrow during the travel ban. It's going to snow during the game. So what if there is still a travel ban? What if there is still unsafe conditions to travel? Are we going to get another postponement? Is this game going to be very similar to the Steelers versus Ravens
That's
game
a very
in
high
2020, where
possibility.
we're going to get 3 fucking postponements?
That's a very, very high possibility.
That's not fair to the players. That's not fair to the Steelers. That's not fair to the fans. It's not fair at all. The NFL should have had a better backup plan. They should have. With conditions and shit like this, and with the governor of New York involved in it, they should have had a backup plan to move this game elsewhere. How many stadiums do they own or do they rent out that they can put the teams in to play the game as scheduled? And actually, it might be a better game for NFL reasons because it'll be a little more offensively matched, which the NFL wants every fucking game to be nowadays because that's the exciting part of the game today, right? That's just how I see it.
But here we are.
It also doesn't make sense to me that Buffalo is used to this weather.
Yeah.
Buffalo's used to this weather. So
They've played in this weather before, countless times.
yeah, so I don't understand the change for being worried about the weather before and during the game. You know what I mean? Like, they're used to playing in snow. They're used to playing in these harsh conditions.
Yeah.
Now, again, the travel ban reason puts a wrench in those gears, but I just think the game could have been either played elsewhere or, I don't know. I just think there's something politically fishy about this game. Not just the travel ban reason, but I think the NFL wants to push certain things for the playoffs, for playoff reasons. They want to be able to get Mahomes and Josh Allen again in the playoffs because they treat that as today's Manning and Brady. They might want to get Flacco versus his former team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just certain things the NFL... Then this is why people say the game is rigged or the game is fixed or that the refs have too much into the game because, yes, this is the stuff that they push for the future of the playoffs, for the best matchup possible,
Right.
for higher ratings.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, I hear you. I hear you loud and
I
clear.
think that's another reason why this game was postponed, for those reasons as well. They want to be able to get that in their agenda, in their schedule as we advance into the playoffs. So it's not just a travel ban reason, but it's also that as well.
Yeah.
So that's why I say, man, it's like people say the fix is in or the NFL is soft or whatever, right? It's just, it comes off that way. It does come off that way with this announcement of this postponement. Travel ban or not, it appears to me they want to be able to get the Bills' offense functioning in this playoff game, and they weren't able to do that if the game was still able to happen on Sunday.
To talk about that, I mean, Josh Allen, he's one of the NFL's top guys, one of the top faces throughout the league. He was on the Madden cover this past year, and he led the NFL in total touchdowns. For the Snow to limit him in his playing ability and his playmaking ability, that could have played a factor in, the postponement happening. Because when you have a guy like Josh Allen in the playoffs, you're going to want Josh Allen to go out and perform. You want Allen to make a highlight in the postseason. If the snow and the wind is limiting that, then you're not really going to get much of a game.
Right.
But then again, that's just straight up football weather.
Right.
So with what you're saying about, pushing certain agendas and trying to get Allen involved and whatnot, yeah, I can understand it. I don't entirely disagree with your statement.
The NFL, man, they push certain agendas for a reason, and I think that plays a part in the reason why this game was postponed. But yes, I entirely understand the travel ban reason. I'm not arguing that whatsoever. I don't disagree with it, as a matter of fact. But the NFL could have had a better backup plan to continue this game, and now the game is postponed, and it sucks for the fans. It sucks for the media that are stuck in Buffalo, whether they could have been anywhere else in better conditions. It sucks for the Steelers to have to travel in this bullshit-ass weather in Buffalo during a travel ban tomorrow. Like, that's unsafe for them. Like, it's just not fair at all to the players, to anyone traveling to this game, or that's already traveled to this game and now they're stuck where they're at. So, I don't know. It looks to me the NFL is just unprepared in these certain situations. That's how I view it.
Because, again, you mentioned, because if the blizzard continues to get worse than they anticipated and the game can't go, then they're just going to have to continue to postpone and postpone and postpone. Right. And that's a big problem. That's where they should have a stadium on reserve. Yeah. Like the rumor about Cleveland Stadium, the Brown Stadium. The game can't go in Buffalo. They have that as insurance. Right. That was a rumor going around. I don't know why they don't just move the location to Cleveland right there.
Right.
It's a quick travel for both the Steelers and the Bills. Simple as that. It's away from the harsh weather, away from the blizzard. They can get out of the Bills, The Bills can get out of the city, out of the state before the blizzard hits. They can get to Cleveland and prep for the game tomorrow.
Right.
Same with the Steelers.
Absolutely.
They don't have to worry about delaying a travel. They don't have to worry about waiting to travel and whatnot. They can just get on the plane this afternoon, get to Cleveland, and both teams can prep and go on with the game as it was originally scheduled. But here is the NFL continuing to stick with the game in Buffalo.
Right.
Delaying it one day because of safety reasons. Reason coming from the New York governor, and the weather on Monday is not going to be as bad, but it's still going to be snowy. It's still going to be hectic, just not as much wind.
No, it's going to be it's still going to be traditional Buffalo weather. It's going to be playoff weather. It's going to be football weather in Buffalo. It's just it'll be a little more travel safe for the city or for the fans or whoever that's going to the game.
Yeah.
So I get that reason, but I don't think there was a need to postpone if the NFL just had a backup plan. And no, they weren't going to move it to Pittsburgh. They weren't going to move it to Heinz Field because that would put us in home field advantage when we're the 7th seed. That's just not fair. That's just not fair. But they could have moved it anywhere else. They could have put it in a dome somewhere. Like you said, they could have rented out the Browns Stadium.
I mean, why the fuck not? I mean, the Browns play later today in just a few short hours, actually. They're not going to get back to the city till what? Late tomorrow morning, at least.
Yeah.
But it's not like they're going to go straight to the stadium. They're not going to do anything in the stadium. They're not playing at the stadium. The stadium's just sitting there.
Right.
If you got to play the game, just move. It's not the first time the NFL's had to move a location, whether it was from a blizzard, a snowstorm, a serious hurricane happening. It's not the first time that they've had to move a location of a football game. Maybe the first time for a playoff game, but, this is the first time for everything. Right. As long as you're keeping the playoff games as scheduled, because now with it being moved to Monday, that makes it an even shorter week for whichever team, whether it's the Steelers advance or the Bills advance.
I don't want to just...
It's a much more shorter week for both teams.
Yeah, because I just don't want to make it feel like we're the victims. Now, we do have more of a history of being the one that's involved in postponements of games. I mean, look at 2020. We were involved in almost every fucking postponement.
Yeah.
You know, versus the Commanders, versus the Ravens. The last playoff game that ever got postponed, we were involved in it, and it just happened to be our last playoff win, by the way, versus the Chiefs. So, yeah, I mean, the Steelers are always involved in the postponement of games, no matter what the conditions are. But this does hurt the Bills as well because, yes, that puts them on a short week. But I feel like it also opens up their advantage in the game.
Right.
Because that does play a massive factor. We got to talk about it. Is the travel ban, potential politics in it. But it does have an effect on the game itself for Sunday. Looking into it, I mean, the conditions, again, don't really change outside of the wind, which open up the passing games for both teams. But Buffalo obviously has a more superior passing offense than we do, and they're a little more striking in that factor. That could also help in our favor. Who knows? Because Josh Allen just turns the ball over. So, again, that might come in our favor.
Okay.
But with us, with the original conditions, the game plan, and the game plan still doesn't change, but with the usual conditions, with the original conditions on Sunday, we could have ran the ball, which would have eliminated Josh Allen's passing game, and now that's going to be opened up. So, yes, that does hurt the Steelers in that factor a little bit.
Yes.
And that's why I bring up the whole NFL thing, because they don't want to eliminate that. They don't want to eliminate that part of the game or Josh Allen's game or their potential playoff matchups in the future. They want to be able to get the best matchups possible, right?
Now, as you were discussing that, I seen a report that just came out just a couple minutes ago on X here. According to a report by Tim Graham of The Athletic, that depending on the weather on Monday, that the Steelers-Bills playoff game could very well be moved to Tuesday, and that it's very much in play.
So this is Steelers versus Ravens 2020 all over again.
So
why didn't they just move the fucking game to a proper conditioned area? They knew this all week. The New York governor and the NFL were talking all week. And they decided to do this shit 24 hours before the fucking game? And now...
depending on the weather, because again, the game's rescheduled for Monday at 4:30, but depending on the weather on Monday, apparently it's according to a report that just came out, that Tuesday is very much in play if the game has to be postponed another day. So the game could very well happen come Tuesday. But that makes it an even much more shorter week for the playoffs for both teams again, like we were just talking about.
Yeah.
It just makes it worse for both teams.
And that's unfair. That's unfair to both teams. It is.
Like if they were just well prepared.
So the more I think about it, the more I talk about it, I understand the travel ban. I never questioned that. I questioned the NFL's involvement in their reason for the postponement, but that also makes me question, why don't they have a better backup plan for better safety reasons, for better travel for the teams, for better play conditions for the teams, and for media and for fans.
Just to keep the game scheduled as it was supposed to be.
And now it messes with the NFL's playoff schedule. It messes with both teams' schedule, and the fact that they're now going to be on a short because they're going to play Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah, if
it fucks everything up.
If they've just thoroughly thought about everything on the table, playoff schedule, the weather, the traveling, safety, if they just thought it all and just simply had the game switched to a different location where it's safe and capable for both teams to travel and for the game to go on as originally scheduled, we wouldn't be here right now. So this is just bad preparation by the NFL right here.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
And just overall bad communication by the NFL and the governor of New York. Do they really want the game to happen in Buffalo because Buffalo's number 2 seed and they need that home field advantage?
Yeah, I think that's it. They want that home field advantage. They want the Bills Mafia there. I think that's it.
Is it worth it?
No, it's not.
Is it worth it to fuck up your playoff schedule? Is it worth it to have either team, whoever wins, be on a short week when it comes to the playoffs? This is playoffs we're talking about.
Yeah, because whoever wins is either going to face the Ravens or the Chiefs next week, or whoever wins the Chiefs-Browns matchup.
Like, Jesus Christ, like the preparation. and just doing a full-on, like, throughout thinking of this situation. It's like, it's just shitty. It's terrible.
Yeah. So honestly, dude, like if they would have announced this, if they would have announced a move to a different stadium or wherever, anywhere other than Buffalo, if they would have announced that and we could have gotten proper conditions, weather conditions, or what the field conditions were going to be, we could have had a better understanding of how this game was going to go. And now that we kind of already, we went into this game expecting it to be this type of weather for Sunday. Same thing going to be on Monday, just less wind, which will definitely, add a little aspect to the game. It'll add a little more passing attack for both teams, honestly, which will definitely be used, will be needed for sure. But we went in, what I'm trying to say is we went into this game knowing the weather conditions, knowing what was going to happen.
We talked about it in the preview.
Things.
We talked about it during the preview.
Right. And now those things have changed. Those things have changed because of the postponement. Whether it's going to be Monday or now apparently could be Tuesday.
And another thing, I want to get back to...
But if we... I don't want to cut you off, but if they move to a more appropriate area, proper conditions, we had a different understanding of what the game could have been, and, it just messes up everything up.
It does.
It messes everything up.
So, I want to get back to the fans. Bills Mafia, Steelers Nation, whoever's traveling to the game, right? They were expecting this game to take place Sunday. Now it's being moved to Monday, Martin Luther King Day.
Right.
Some people may have to work on that day. Some may not because it's a holiday.
It's a federal holiday.
But some people may not have to not work. Some people may have to work on that holiday, thus they can't go to the game when they pay tickets to go to this matchup, go to this game. Now if it's moved to Tuesday, everybody's fucking working Tuesday.
No.
And that ruins their fucking travel plans. That ruins their fucking weekend.
Yeah.
That ruins them trying to attend the fucking football game.
And honestly, I was thinking that when they announced it Monday, I got worried because I was worried about us potentially missing a live stream. And then I realized, wait, we have off Monday. Thank God for the holiday. So there's no worry there. But imagine if there wasn't a holiday, then we wouldn't be able to watch the game. I'd be stuck at work. He'd be just going to work. Yeah. Like, this fucks with everyone's fans. This fucks with the schedule, just messes with a lot of the fans' schedule and their ability to watch or even go to the game. It really does. The NFL, man, they really they didn't have no plan. They didn't have no backup plan whatsoever. It's almost like the COVID year. Remember in the COVID year, they had no backup plan whatsoever, so they were just doing everything on a limb, just kind of free throwing everything, just making up rules as they went is what it seemed like. They were postponing games here and there. They had no other backup plan whatsoever. With weather, they should have an idea of what they're going to do if the game is unable to be played due to travel, which is what this game is.
Yeah.
And they didn't have that. And now it just ruins, like you said, the player schedule, the team's schedule. They'll be on a short week now. It messes with the fans, media, the ability to watch, everything. It messes it all up. This game could have went as planned Sunday at 1 p.m., but just be played elsewhere. Honestly, man, fans don't have to go to the game. I know it would suck because it's a playoff atmosphere, but fans don't really have to go to the game. You could have played it in a dome with no fans there. It would have been a little hard to watch for NFL fans on TV, but at least the game would have been played properly.
And those people that paid tickets to go to this game, if it could not happen in Buffalo, they moved to Cleveland. Just issue a full-blown refund.
Get reimbursed.
Do a full-blown refund to everybody that bought tickets to go to the game. It's as simple as that. If the Steelers and Bills have to play in the Brown Stadium with no fans, so be it. As long as the playoff situation, the playoff schedule is going as advertised.
Yeah, now you don't fuck the teams out of a short week in the playoffs.
But here you are because you want it to happen in Buffalo.
Because think of it this way. If Buffalo wins, they have to play on Saturday. So say this game goes as scheduled on Monday. I think the Bills would play Saturday, which would give them Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 4 days. 4 days.
Yeah, so because hypothetically speaking, let's say the Bills win, right? I hope not, but let's say hypothetically the Bills win Monday. They're going to have that press conference on Tuesday.
There's no break.
But then they're going to have to practice on Tuesday, the day after the game.
There's no day rest.
No. And the same case would be for the Steelers. It would be the same case scenario.
Because they either play Saturday or Sunday. Regardless, it's still on a short week. It's hard to get that break in. The NFL screwed up. The NFL really messed up. They had no backup plan for this whatsoever. They were in communications with the New York governor, and they really messed up. You know, I was thinking about it hours ago. I was thinking into it, and I thought to myself, man, the NFL is soft. The Buffalo is soft because of these conditions. But then, you know, yes, it is a travel ban. It's more safety for the fans and for the players to travel there. Even though, yes, we still got to travel in the weather, but it's more safe for them. You don't want to put lives in jeopardy, especially after lives were lost because of this last year in Buffalo.
Yeah.
So I understand that entirely. But now this goes on to the NFL. And thinking they really screwed the fuck up. They really messed up, again, because they don't have a backup plan for these situations. So I went from blaming not just the NFL, but even Buffalo or just the New York governor for ruining things because of the weather when they're used to this. And then it went to, yeah, you know what? It's probably not really their doing because it's a travel ban. And this is more so the NFL's problem because they had no idea what to do in this situation.
Yeah.
So they just postponed it. They postponed it. The game will be as scheduled on Monday in similar weather conditions. But then
not as strong, but you know,
the travel's still going to be.
It's still going to be unbearable. It's still going to be difficult for people to be driving on the road, to be getting on airliners to fly to wherever.
And now these players and the teams are on a short week, no matter who wins.
When they could have just moved the game to a stadium that was close for both teams to travel, to get to play, and the fan bases that paid for the tickets to go to the game just simply refund them.
Right.
Of everything. You know, it sucks not going to a playoff game, but as long as you got their home safe, you know, the safety precautions are taken necessary. While at the same time, you're moving the game and having the game go on as scheduled.
Right.
While the fan base is safe at home, warm, snug at home, can still watch the football game.
Right.
Which is probably the best case situation for everybody.
Yes.
But here we are just seeing if the game's even going to take place Monday. If not, then Tuesday's in question. Tuesday is in the air. And it's fucking frustrating.
Yeah, because that puts them on a shorter week. Which means the AFC, one of the AFC matchups would either be, I don't know, Sunday, Monday, if it's played on Tuesday.
Yeah.
It just messes the entire playoff schedule up. It messes whoever advances between this team. It messes their schedule up because they're on a short week.
And how do you think this does for the NFL ratings? Because you know the NFL cares about their ratings and how much viewership they're going to get.
They're going to get their ratings regardless.
Are they? Because if it moves on to Tuesday, everyone's going to be working Tuesday. How is a lot of people going to be tuning? Unless it's Tuesday night. But that's even worse.
I don't know.
That's even worse.
I don't know.
Like, it just fucks with everything. It fucks with absolutely everything.
Right.
This is a terrible situation.
No.
It's horrible.
So it's I don't know. It's probably not that big of a deal, honestly, if you really get the grand scheme of things. But at the same time, if you look at the grand scheme of things, I mean, it messes with a lot of people's schedules. It messes with a lot of people's weekend. It messes a lot of things up. People bought tickets for this game expecting it to be played on Sunday. Now it's postponed for Monday. Some have to work Monday. Media and fans already stuck there have to wait another day for it. Who knows what the costs were going into it? Who knows what they got to do to, you know, stay there for another day? It messes with these teams' schedule. It messes with their short week now. It gives them a short week. It messes a lot of things up.
Yeah.
It really does. Because they want to keep it in Buffalo when they knew about this weather all week. When this could have been very, very avoided. So, I don't know, man. It's just, it's one of those situations that you really understand. You understand why they postponed it. It's a bullshit? Yes. It's actually bullshit for both teams, as a matter of fact. First of all, it messes with the Steelers' potential game plan because now Josh Allen will be able to get his arm involved.
Yeah.
But also, it just, hold on, I just drew a blank. Give me a minute.
Just messes with everything.
That's what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm trying to get to.
It's like the more you unravel, the more you look into this situation.
Right.
It just makes it that much more frustrating a little bit.
Yeah.
Again, the travel ban, I understand it. I have no issue with that.
Right. I'm not arguing that at all.
Again, for how many times have we said it? We're not arguing about that. It's just the preparation about this, knowing the weather coming into this game, coming into this weekend in Buffalo. They didn't prepare properly.
Right.
And that's their fault. And now they got to fucking backpedal and postpone because of the fucking weather.
Yeah.
When they could have completely done better preparation.
It's just bullshit, honestly, man. That's how I feel. It is bullshit. It really is. And that's what I was getting to. It's just bullshit for both teams now. It really is. It puts them both on a short week. You know, not one singular team is the victim here. They're both now on a short week. They're both going to be hurting from this because of the playoff schedule. It's just really messed up on the NFL's part. In fact, if you think about it, the New York governor, I understand why she did the travel ban. In fact, I praise her for it. I understand it. I don't appreciate the comment she made about my football team, but I appreciate the travel ban and keeping her state safe. I agree with that entirely. Snow's not fun. I just did it last week. It's miserable. It's very unsafe. I was scared for my life numerous times. I didn't know if I'd make it home, okay? Snow is absolutely terrible. So I commend her for the travel ban. I just hate that her and the NFL were in communications and they did nothing about it until just now, when this game could have been on as scheduled on Sunday and would have given each team a proper week of rest and a proper week for the next playoff game.
Yeah.
And now it's not. Now it's not.
And here we are just waiting for the game to happen. Hopefully it does happen Monday, but now the report is that Tuesday is up in the air if it can't go on Monday.
Yeah.
So we're just going to have to sit here, wait for the game to happen. Whenever it happens, we're going to have to suck this news up, you know, just.
Yeah, that's what we got to do. We just got to, you know, it is what it is now. It is what it is
Pretty much.
I'm just, it's more frustration at the NFL. Initially, when I first heard it, man, I thought it was because of the weather during the game.
I think that's what that was everyone's initial reaction.
Right, because
the NFL's gone soft. They don't want to play in harsh weather because
I made this post on Twitter.
Bills versus Colts 2017, they played in a damn blizzard.
What changed Buffalo? Fuck y'all.
Yeah, because back in that game,
I thought the state of New York postponed this. I thought the NFL postponed this because of the weather during the game. Because of that. Because they didn't want to limit Josh Allen. They didn't want to limit Buffalo's passing attack. They didn't want to limit anyone's passing attack because it is a passing league now.
Yeah.
I didn't think the NFL wanted to limit that factor. And in that case, Buffalo, in the same translation, didn't want to limit that as well because they knew and they thought that they can't just rely on the ground game all the time. They got to get Josh Allen's arm going. So initially, I thought it was because of the weather during the game. That's what I thought. And that's what the opening comments were about. I thought they were just, you know, postponing it because they didn't want the weather during the game to affect the outcome, which it still will. It still will because it's still going to be similar weather conditions, less wind on Monday. But as I'm talking about it, I'm thinking to myself, it's not really all about Buffalo postponing. It's not about the New York governor postponing due to a travel ban. That's actually the proper decision. It's more so now this is all pointing to the NFL that you fucked up and now you screw both these teams. So It went from blaming Buffalo and that to blaming the NFL because now they're going to be on a short week.
Yeah.
And it messes with the fans and the media and their travel and their cost and their schedule to watch and go to the game. It messes all that up.
Yeah. Again, just unorganized, improper, just terrible preparation.
So I take my early comments that I made, I take that back.
Although I understood where you were going from. I understood that.
I take that back and I go towards the NFL now in that regard. And I blame the NFL for that reason. But now because they're still stuck in Buffalo, again, this might get postponed again, which will put them on a shorter week.
Yeah.
Steelers versus Ravens 2020 all over again. Improper planning, dude.
Yeah.
Does TJ have a shot to play Monday?
No, he doesn't,
no.
because Ian Rappaport just right now on X posted for the Bills and Steelers, neither are expected to change their injury reports with the game being moved to Monday. However, standard elevations from practice squads will now happen Sunday, not today, of course.
Yeah.
So
I was gonna say
injury reports they don't change.
Should not change.
So Watt's going to be out. He's not going to play in this game. Gabe Davis will not be able to play for Buffalo. Taylor Rapp won't be able to play for Buffalo.
Yeah, that should not change just because they're gonna get an extra day of rest. That should not change.
Injury reports will not change. Rappaport just confirmed that on X.
The only change that there is the time schedule. That's it. So we were supposed to play tomorrow, and now we're playing Monday. We gotta wait a whole nother day. It's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit.
What sucks, because, again, we were all excited and waiting for the game to happen. And then at the last minute, I want to say, pretty much, as both teams are preparing to prepare for the game, especially the Steelers having to travel, they want to be like, yeah, we're going to postpone it.
Right.
If they were just better organized.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ.
Chuck Rambo says, if people travel knowing the weather is dangerous, it's their fault alone. Nobody else's. No, I actually agree with that. They know the dangers. They know the conditions. If they want to sacrifice their lives to go to a football game, which I'm a football fan. I'm a Steelers fan through and through. So, I probably would do the same thing. But as stupid as that sounds, that's just the hardcore fan I am.
Yeah.
That's the diehard fan I am. So if they want to do that, then to each their own. To each their own. But obviously, they were not going to allow that. The governor of New York was not going to allow that. They weren't. In that factor, again, I agree with it. I agree with it. But looking at it, the game was postponed due to a travel ban, but the game still couldn't be played due to So, hold on, give me a minute. Let me think here, because now I'm opening another chamber.
Again, the more you unwrap, I swear. But go on.
Give me a minute. Okay, let me dissect this. If the game is banned or if the game is postponed due to a travel ban,
What starts at 9 p.m. tonight.
but the Steelers have to travel tomorrow during the exact ban.
That's why I questioned earlier in the
So
stream.
why-
When exactly
can't-
does this travel ban end? When exactly is this travel ban going to be lifted? If the Steelers still got to travel tomorrow
So
in the blizzard.
So are they banning it because fans won't be there?
Maybe, I don't know.
So why do the Steelers have to travel during the travel ban, but the game still can't go on as scheduled? So do they want fans there? Is that the thing? Maybe I'm looking too far into it.
Well, just an hour ago, Governor Cathy put an hour ago on X, travel will be extremely dangerous in Western New York tonight. A full travel ban starts at 9 p.m. in Erie County. Even if snow is not falling, stay home and don't try to drive. Snow can pick up in an instant and create whiteout conditions. Get essentials now before snow starts.
She's not wrong. I was involved in that last week.
Yeah.
It was clear as day. It was fine weather, and then literally within 20 minutes, snow stuck to the ground. I was in it last week, so I know what she's talking about.
Yeah, of course.
I know what she's talking about. But the Steelers still have to travel in that travel ban. So the game's postponed due to a travel ban, but the Steelers still have to travel tomorrow during the exact ban.
Yeah. But Monday, the
But
conditions...
They also don't want Bills players to travel to the stadium in those conditions as well.
Yeah, and the fans having to fly to or drive to the stadium on Monday, which obviously will not be as bad come tomorrow. Monday's supposed to be a little bit more clear, but it's still going to be hard to travel to get to the Bills Stadium.
Right.
But the Steelers got to fly and travel in the blizzard, which is going to be extremely difficult, and I wish them the best traveling there because it's going to be dangerous.
Right.
It's
So-
just
so-
kind of strange because you're
so
doing
snow
a travel ban.
So snow is not falling now.
Not at the moment. At least according, that was from an hour ago. Could very well be falling right now.
Why won't the Steelers travel now? Why they got to travel tomorrow when it's snowing? There's 2 feet on the ground. Why don't they just travel to there now?
Can I see what the current weather is in Buffalo right now?
That's what I'm trying. Why don't they just travel now, while conditions are still decent?
Am I
out there.
able to check
Maybe due to the wind conditions. I don't know.
That very well may be the case. Yeah.
It's windy out here. So imagine Buffalo where the lakes are. It's you're talking crazy wind conditions. Maybe that's why they're not flying right now.
I mean yeah, we got definitely.
But wind conditions are still going to be rough tomorrow. Maybe less, but it's still going to be rough. We're talking 30 mile per hour winds. Because they'd be traveling right as the game would be ending tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
But that's with snow falling down at the same time.
Right.
So they're getting both snow and wind. Although the wind's not as bad, they're still getting snow.
Right.
I don't know.
Dude, they could have just moved this elsewhere.
We've been preaching that all stream. I don't know. I don't know.
Wow. My fucking goodness. What a fucking shit show by the NFL, man.
It's sloppy. Sloppy mishandling.
They could go to the Steelers Stadium. I mean, I know it's not home field advantage, but what's your backup plan?
I mean, they could. They really could. I don't know. JR Boy with a $4.99 says, I live in Memphis, Tennessee. We're supposed to get 5 to 8 inches of snow for tomorrow and Monday. Well, definitely try to stay safe, my man. Definitely be careful out there.
Because we endeavored a snowstorm last week.
Yeah.
And all the snow's gone now, but it's not fun, man. Snow is very dangerous. I fucking hate the snow. I hate the snow. It's football weather. It's still unsafe to travel, which is why there's a travel ban, but snow's not fun, man.
No. So what's the hourly weather at the moment in Buffalo? I think it's snowing at the moment, which it looks like it is. Yeah, 95% precipitation. Wind gust is 32 miles per hour at the moment. And it feels like the temperature is 30 degrees, feels like 15. And the snow amount is about 3 inches at the moment. So yeah, it's coming around right now in Buffalo.
Jesus fucking Christ. What's going on in the chat? Did we miss anything? Any other super chats?
I don't think so.
Jared Boy.
Yeah. Yeah, Jared Boy with two $4.99. Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Appreciate you, JR. Snow in Buffalo is a serious deal. Oh, I'm sure. They're right by the lakes, dude. It's going to get absolutely torturous. They have played several snow games, so you kind of already have a glimpse of how bad that snow is. And they would know Buffalo weather better than I do. I've never been to Buffalo. I don't know what Buffalo weather is in the winter. I don't want to know. I've seen it on television. I've seen it in pictures. I don't want to endure it. So, again, I entirely understand the travel ban reason. I went from blaming the NFL and Buffalo for postponing this because I thought it was because of the weather during the game. I thought the NFL got soft because they postponed it because they didn't want players getting hurt during the game. As a matter of fact, it's more so a travel ban because it's just unsafe to travel there. And that just goes to show you, man, it's the NFL for not having a decent backup plan to keep this game as scheduled. And now it messes with everything. Everything. Like we mentioned, the players, the team's short week now, heading into the divisional round, no matter who's going to win this game. It messes with media, fans' travel, and their ability to attend the game.
Yep.
Fucks everything up. They should have known. They knew this all week, and they waited to the last minute to make a fucking decision.
Yep.
It's shitty, dude.
Real shitty. We gotta wait. We gotta wait even longer for the game to happen. So now, when it comes to playoff weekend, we got 2 games today. We got the Browns and Texans. We got the Chiefs and Dolphins tonight. Tomorrow, we got the Cowboys and Packers. We got the Lions and the Rams. And that's for tomorrow, Sunday. Monday, we got the Steelers and Bills, if it's still scheduled. and we got the Eagles and Buccaneers. So we got 3 straight days of double-headed playoff games now.
Sure.
So that's where it is at the moment.
Sure. I'll take
Which
it.
I mean, like, sure.
Nah, man,
Sure, but I mean, like, whoopee shit.
If I'm gonna be honest with you, now this is just a personal problem. I wanted the game to be, as scheduled tomorrow. That way I can endure whatever the fuck I'm gonna endure during the Steelers game, and then I can enjoy my day off, my holiday on Monday. And now I'm going to enjoy my day off on Sunday, watch the playoffs, and then Monday on my day off, I gotta endure whatever's gonna happen on Sunday on the Steelers versus Bills game, which is gonna be hectic because it's Steelers football, man. It's the playoffs, intentions or emotions are gonna be real high.
Yeah.
I want to get that all out of my system for Sunday. That way Monday I could just rest, and now I gotta get it all done midday on Monday.
Yeah.
That's a personal problem.
Yeah.
That's just my own personal problem, but.
No, but
We all have some sort of personal effect to this decision. Some of us have to work. Some of us will miss the game. Some of us might not be able to watch it.
Yeah.
It might mess with some other things we got to do during that day. Maybe we had other plans going on Monday. We all have some sort of personal effect with the schedule change.
Now, if the game gets postponed again tomorrow, and it does move to Tuesday, then that's just gonna make us even more pissed off, frustrated at the NFL. For, again, lack of preparation. And I hope to God that that's not the case. But here we are. So it's like we have to wait till Monday comes in order to hope that it does happen come when we wake up Monday morning.
Yeah. Lions-Rams at 8 today.
No. That's tomorrow night. That's
What's
Sunday
tonight's
night.
game? Tonight's game is the Chiefs and the
Chiefs and Dolphins on Peacock. Exclusively on Peacock.
Yeah, 4:30 games suck. Another thing about 4:30 games is Mike Tomlin doesn't perform well in those type of games. He doesn't perform well in the middle day games.
No, not exactly. At least his recent
Wait, what do you mean hockey
history.
teams? What do you mean the hockey team's still playing? The Sabres? Buffalo's hockey team still playing?
They got a game?
Would this mess with draft positioning too? No.
No, it shouldn't.
No.
I don't think
Should mess with
that
draft
doesn't get
position.
effect. What the hell? I just had it. Why? I need an actual mouse on this thing. It just made me go back.
So they have a game today at 4.
Against the Cancun.
And that's still as advertised.
That's still advertised.
But that's because the travel ban doesn't go into effect till 9 today. 9 tonight.
Right.
That's why. That's why the game's
Well, then
still going.
how are the Cancuns
Getting out?
Yeah. How are they going to get out?
I don't know. This game will be
Well,
over
what's their
by the time
schedule?
the ban goes on.
They don't have a game. They don't have a game till Monday, the 15th, against the Blue Jackets. So they're gonna have to leave tomorrow, I guess.
Huh?
In the blizzard, they're gonna have to get on
Yeah,
a
how
flight.
the fuck are the Cancuns getting out? How the fuck are the Cancuns getting out?
So this blizzard fucks with the NHL just as much.
Yeah. How the hell are they going to get out of there? Because Buffalo's hockey team plays today at 4. By the time that game's over, it'll be right before, or unless they go to overtime, it'll be pretty much right before or during the
ban?
The ban. The 9 p.m. ban tonight in Buffalo. So how are they gonna get out of there?
I don't know, man. Buffalo Blizzards, man. I don't know.
How the hell are they gonna get out of there?
Canucks, yes, my bad. I said Cancuns.
Cancun.
Yeah, I said Cancuns, my bad. Yes, Canucks.
Cancuns.
My bad. Ucks, yes, whatever.
He said Cancun. You're talking Cancun like the vacation spot.
Yeah. What's wrong with Cancun?
I don't know.
The Vancouver Cancuns, huh?
No. Cancun's.
You think they go over there?
Cancun's in Mexico.
You think they go over there when they don't make the Stanley Cup playoffs?
Probably. I know Brian does. One of these teams is going to go visit
Yes, the
Cancun.
Canucks.
One of these teams is going to visit Cancun at the end of this game. So unfortunately, I got to wait till after Monday.
Cleveland does play. They're in Houston. They're traveling to Houston.
Yeah, they play today in Houston.
So the stadium's available. The stadium is available.
I'm going to be the biggest Texans fan today.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Texans fans are going to be jealous of how much I'm going to be a Texans fan today.
I mean, C.J. Stroud and D'Amico Ryans, man, they need to spoil Joe Flacco's reign of terror. As a matter of fact, he's actually undefeated in wild card matchups. He's 5-0 in his career.
Right.
I need them to be the 1 and 5-1.
Bro, he's like 38 years old.
I know.
Nah, come on. He's like, nah. He ain't gonna
Well,
do
I
that.
need Houston to pull it off.
I need them to pull it off too. You think I want to see the fucking Ravens and the Browns next week in the divisional round?
Yeah.
Because if we lose, that's the matchup you're gonna get. I don't want to see that. That'd be absolutely terrible.
That would be.
Because then one of them has to advance. That'd be terrible for us Steelers fans to watch.
It's a lose-lose situation.
That would be miserable. God, that'd be miserable. Yeah, no one wants to see that. No, I'm going to be the biggest Texans fan today, 100%. I already got my parlay going on there.
Well, what you got in there? I'm actually interested.
Let me grab it.
Oh, okay.
I put 10 on it. Let's see. We'll see. I'm not afraid of Flacco. No one should be. I mean, I know he saved the Browns season, but I mean, there's only so much far that Flacco can go. We're not getting.
Well, Flacco's not afraid of
Flacco.
anybody either. The man played it. The man practiced against Ray Lewis every year. The man played against Troy Polamalu. He ain't scared of anybody in the NFL
No, man,
nowadays.
these defenses ain't shit to him. All right, CJ Stroud.
Having that experience, I mean, Jesus Christ, that's a big advantage for Flacco.
I know.
That's pretty fucking.
Oh, I know.
Damn.
No, he looks at these defenses. He's like, cakewalk.
Exactly.
Little league.
That's why
Amateur.
I need D'Amico Ryans to instill that old school football style to Houston if he's not already. At least for today's game.
Yeah. CJ Stroud over passing yards,
Which is
242.
I'll get it.
CJ Stroud over passing touchdowns.
Yeah, I think he'll do
And
that.
him to get 2.
Yeah.
Nico Collins touchdown. Jerome Ford touchdown. Nico Collins 5 receptions. David Njoku 5 receptions. Let's win some fucking money. And let's hope that the Browns lose, man.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I was contemplating thinking we could do an AFC North war room for that game. But after this news of the Steelers Bills, man, getting postponed thanks to the NFL's improper planning, I'm probably just gonna just sit and enjoy the game and just scream at my television all fucking day. And keep in mind, I will be rooting for the Dolphins tonight. I know this is.
I don't want the Chiefs to.
No.
I don't want the Chiefs to move forward.
But this is their weather.
I know.
If there's one person on the Dolphins that know about Arrowhead weather, it's Tyreek.
It's Tyreek. Tua don't though.
Tua don't.
Tua's not good in cold weather. He's from Hawaii.
Yeah.
He don't know cold weather. He don't.
No.
So Tua might struggle.
Right.
But he does have a guy that knows this weather, that's playing this weather, and that is Tyreek. And he's going to have to get it to him somehow, some way.
You have to give him the ball in his hands, and he'll do the rest.
Yeah.
Simple as that. I think that's what Tyreek's going to tell him. He's like, hey, just give me the ball. He's like, I got this. I got a message to send to these dudes that traded me to this team.
Yeah.
It's still gonna be a wild card weekend, man. By the way, happy wild card weekend, you guys. Thanks for tuning in on this impromptu emergency live stream as we talk about the Steelers and Bills postponement to Monday on Martin Luther King Day at 4:30. Might get postponed again.
I hope not.
That'd be terrible. If it gets postponed to Tuesday, dude, they can't do that. They can't. Then for sure, man, the biggest thing that they need to change, and they do a lot of changes every year, like rule changes or whatever the hell they want to do. The biggest change that they need to implement this year for the NFL is they need to have a backup plan in case of emergencies like this.
Yeah. Some sort of like reserved stadium or something. I don't know. Just some sort of backup plan.
Either go to the other team's stadium. I know that's not home field advantage for the team that should have home field advantage, but shit happens. Either go to the other team's stadium, or you literally have a specific rented stadium or an owned stadium or anywhere close to that area that you can literally play in that game.
Reserve a stadium down in Florida or somewhere with solid weather. You know, just something. I don't know. Just have some sort of backup plan instead of having to do postponement here or there. Like you shouldn't.
Right.
Just prepare better. Have a backup plan, man.
That's upsetting, man. So yes, going back on what I said at the beginning, man. I retract what I said about Buffalo or the NFL postponing this because of the weather conditions during the game. It's not that. It's the travel ban enforced by the New York governor. Props to her for doing that. That's understandable. That's the right move. But the NFL just did not know what to do in this situation. They didn't have no idea where to move it.
They knew the weather was coming.
Honestly,
they didn't know how to deal with it.
I don't even think they even thought about moving it elsewhere when that's what they should have done.
I don't know why they didn't.
They knew this all week. They could have given the teams a heads up. Hey, the game's still going on as scheduled in Buffalo, but beware that this might be moved to this place.
They've moved games before when it comes to incoming hurricanes. They've done it several times. They can't do it one more for a blizzard that's coming in New York during the weekend.
Because there's a difference between a hurricane and snow. Hurricane is a legitimate state emergency. Snow is football weather. They just didn't know how bad the snow would be. But they knew the weather forecast all week. They could have kept in touch with the New York governor and thinking,
and the governor mentioned it was a state of emergency.
Yeah.
So what the fuck?
Improper planning, man. Improper communication and nothing to back up what they had planned at all. I don't know if they had anything planned. They just went on the limb, bro. And now it's just it's fucked. It's fucked for everything, for all parties, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
So that's how it is, man. It's really, really, really shitty.
So pretty much frustration should be pointing at the NFL for not preparing properly.
Yeah.
That's just the way it should be.
Yeah.
And if they have to postpone it again, then there you go.
Right.
So.
But I mean, it is what it is, right? It is what it is, and you just gotta suck it up.
Other than that, that's pretty much it. And our thoughts and inputs on this crazy situation.
Yeah. Good Lord Almighty.
As we've been sitting here, what, an hour, a little over an hour, talking about this.
Yeah, just discussing all this. It's just discussing all of this, man.
Yeah.
So what I said at the beginning about just politics, whatever, I still feel like that's a real thing. I still feel like that has a part in the postponement because it does. It really does.
Yeah.
The NFL likes to push certain agendas and certain teams for the best matchup possible, for the best playoff route possible.
Yeah.
They do it for a certain reason, and politics is ruining the sports, all sports, as a matter of fact, because it's getting more injected year in and year out.
Yeah.
So I still feel that way.
I mean that's always been a common theory to almost everybody in all sports.
I'm gonna retract that and just think, man, the NFL just really messed up here.
Yeah. But I think we've pretty much covered just about, I guess, all the basics about, every type of situation and, just in-depth discussion and thinking about almost everything.
I'll just add one more thing, man. If I'm the Steelers, if I'm the Bills, I am going to the NFL's offices. I'm going to Goodell entirely, and I'm telling them this is bullshit. We were put in a bad situation. We're now on a short week, might be on a shorter week because you guys knew the weather all week and didn't make the proper decision until literally last minute.
Yeah.
So if I'm the Bills, if I'm the Steelers, that's when I'm speaking up. I'm speaking up and saying this cannot happen again, man. This is messed up for both of us. That's how it should be.
Yeah.
That's how it should be, man. There should be a message sent to the NFL that they don't know what they're doing. They're unplanned, they're unprepared as always, and now it just messes up the Bills and or the Steelers schedules going forward. And we might get another postponement. Let's hope that's not the case. If it is, then that really fucks everything up.
Yeah.
It messes everything up.
So, fingers crossed that doesn't happen. The game's now scheduled on Monday. We'll see if it does happen on Monday afternoon.
And we will still be live for that game. Thankfully, we have off on Monday due to the holiday.
Yeah.
So we'll still be live for that. Otherwise, if it gets postponed again, I don't know. I don't know. I can't promise anything.
And neither can I.
I can't promise anything. I'm such a diehard fan, I literally might take a sick day. I swear to God. I just might.
I mean, this is playoffs we're talking about here.
It is the playoffs.
Let's go big or go home. It's a big game for the Steelers. Trying to seek the first playoff win since the Chiefs game back in 2017.
You're right. I will literally take PTO if it's postponed again. I will. I don't care what they say.
I'm missing this game. I'm not missing this game for anything.
No.
I'm sorry.
But this game can't be postponed again. This can't. The weather ban is up at when exactly?
The travel ban? I don't know.
Someone said it in the chat earlier. Hold on, let me search it up real quick before we get on out of here.
I don't know if the governor ever stated when it's going to be lifted. At least I haven't seen anything.
Someone put it in the chat. I forget who. I think they said something about Sunday morning.
Would it be Sunday morning? So everything overnight would just be banned.
Let me see. Well, not Sunday morning, but I think it was Sunday night.
But Steelers got to travel into Buffalo Sunday afternoon.
No, the travel ban will be up. I'm sorry, Monday. Monday morning. That's when the travel will be up. So it starts tonight at 9 and it'll be up through Monday.
But
Monday morning.
But the
Steelers still have to travel in it. I know.
It doesn't make sense.
No.
It doesn't make sense. It puts them in danger just as much. So
they don't know what they're doing.
So because of that travel ban, will they have to move it to Tuesday?
They don't know what they're doing.
Jesus Christ.
They don't know what they're doing.
What a sloppy mess.
The NFL has no idea what it's doing.
It's a clusterfuck.
They have no idea what they're doing.
We'll see what happens. Any updates or news that may come out, if you want to hear our thoughts and opinions, follow us on X at SteelTwins. Again, for any updates about the situation, but we'll see what happens. It's a headache.
Yeah.
It's a mess.
Yeah. And it just messes up with these team schedules. So, with that being said,
just fingers crossed that it does happen Monday, and that's that.
Right.
I don't really want to repeat myself, so that's that.
No. With that being said, we're gonna get on out of here. We're gonna go prepare for the Browns and Texans game. You guys do the same. You guys stay inside. You guys stay warm. If you guys are going through some crazy winter weather warnings, stay inside, whether it's snowy, whether it's windy, and boy, is it windy.
Yes.
Boy, is it windy, dude. We're getting a legitimate winter little quake over here on the East Coast, dude. Temperatures are dropping. Winds going up. Snow is very prominent in many areas. So stay safe out there. Stay safe out there and stay inside and enjoy Wild Card Weekend. With that being said, we're going to go enjoy tonight's games and I guess tomorrow's games. And then we'll see you guys Monday for the game.
And let us know you guys' thoughts down in the comment section, please.
Yes.
We'd like to hear what you guys think about this whole situation.
Yes. But nonetheless, man, Steelers are in the playoffs and we're still rooting for a dub, man. So
we just got to wait a little bit.
We do have to wait, and it sucks that the game's postponed. But no matter what day they're going to make us play, man, we're still going to be here. The Steelers are still going to be there, and it's still going to be Steelers football, man. We're still going to still hope for the best, man. And the Steelers better still hope to get the best out of them as they can, man, and advance to the next round. That's what's most important.
Yeah,
is the safety of everyone, as well as no matter what day they're going to play, they're still going to play, and they're going to try to play to win.
Yeah.
So that's it at the end of the day. You guys have a great rest of your weekend. Have a great wild card weekend. Stay safe, stay warm out there, and go fuck the Browns. Fuck the Browns. I'm going to be the biggest Texans fan right now, dude. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Come on, Texans. Let's go. Go, Texans.
As always, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later. Peace!